I find it difficult for people to be surprised that under harsh economic conditions, people would refrain from protesting or would refrain from migrating. The two issues are combined and they are effects of the same situation. So people, logically, if you have 6, 10, 12 hours of blackouts or interruption in electricity, it is logical for people to protest. If there's problems with the availability of food for a population that is used of having the government take care in a very equitable manner for all, and then finding that the government has problems in keeping its commitments, not because it wants to not keep them, not because the resources are going to an exclusive elite or to a minority of the population. The same effect is general in the population. If you have that, there should be no surprise for having people protest or people express their grievances. So that is what is behind it. Now, what's extraordinary in Cuba, because you can have that in many countries. You can just go around Latin America and you can have it in many communities in the United States. What's extraordinary in the case of Cuba is that in addition to normal and typical economic downturns or economic problems, you have an extraordinary factor influencing it, which is the most powerful nation in the world having as its established official policy making life difficult for the people of Cuba for political aims. En noviembre en La Habana, ocasión en Washington.
Anoche y hoy estaban hablando de dos detenidos.
So the embassy came out with this message, which first acknowledged that there were peaceful demonstrations or peaceful protests in Cuba, which is correct. But it did not say that the aim of the United States is for those protests not to be peaceful. It didn't have the courage or was not honest enough to say that the real aim of the United States is for there to be unpeaceful expressions against the government. It also said that people were protesting because of economic conditions and lack of electricity. It did not mention the role of US policy that explicitly is aimed at making life difficult for the people of Cuba. It's a violation of international law. It's a violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, and therefore the embassy is stepping outside of its boundaries, and it needed to be called for that. We'll try to deal with them peacefully, as we normally do. Try to persuade, try to convince, try to explain, and not allow those who want to push this into something that it shouldn't be to become a violent action and to try to destabilize a country.
That part of the new economic measures might be to reduce food, are you talking specifically about that? Because that's something